combination or the covariance. Ang sa cluster, kung itong mahalalog is measure, di ba? So, ang ato karon is ang covariance or ang correlation. So, na ang purpose sa EFA. Now, we have to increase variability between factors, but decrease variability within variables of the same factor. Copies of correlations are identified and either used as descriptives or as indicative of underlying theory. So, duha ka purpose ano maghimo ta og EFA. One is purely descriptives. Kano sa mo kahinon nga ang EFA is used as purely descriptives if we stop on identifying and describing the factors. Okay? Kung naka-identify na ka sa factor, naka-describe na ka sa factor, diha na ka kutob, then you are doing descriptives. But if you want to go further into identify pila may factor loading, what is what pilay weight, pilay value for each factor. How does each factor affect the other factor? Or how do these factors related against one dependent variable? So kung mo go further in an level, at least you are trying to establish and to determine an underlying theory. Okay? So, pwede ka kung ara yung himuon, pwede po ka full flow na po sa imong EFA. Kung katong ara yung mahimo, kung mas photograph po sir, pag-identify sa factors and describing these factors. Yara po po. Then you are just using the EFA as a means to describe the factors. But if you want to proceed into identifying the factor loadings in order to establish relationship between your determined factors, then you are moving forward working for a theory development aspect. Kaya wala maghimo na ka og modeling. Imo lang i-establish ang relationship between factors. That's why we have the so-called confirmatory factor analysis. We also have the so-called SEM, or what's ang SEM, Sir John? Structural Equation Modeling. Wala mga SEM sa lipid kay Strategic Intervention Material Map. So kung di masabot, ang EFA is the starting point in every effort for modeling. If you want to go further, sa establishing relationship na sa imong na-identify na factor, then you go to structural equation modeling and you go to confirmatory factor analysis. But if you want to start only on identifying the factors, then go to diha sa ito po descriptive aspect of the EFA. So just like other statistics, diba, basically, we have descriptive statistics and we have inferential statistics. If you want to stop on the descriptive aspect of the statistics, you use EFA only to identify and describe the factors. But if you want to go inferential statistics, you use EFA not only to identify the factors, but also to establish relationship between these factors, or among these factors, in order for you to develop or conceptualize a model or a framework. Okay? So nakasabot sa descriptive use of EFA and the inferential use of EFA. Okay. Then, process of providing an operational definition of latent construct. Nga naman, tungod kay sa na-develop na kung nga factor, kita man maoy mo establish o name. Like for example, karang sila nga table, kaila ko nga si Sir Joseph na. Kaila ko nga si Ma'am Kindila. Kaila ko nga si Ma'am Mirari na. Pero if I'm going to name them collectively, Sinilina. Hindi ako kahibaw o kung sanay ilang common name. That's why, Silang tulo, they are called measurable variables, but when I have to call you collectively, you are now called as latent construct, which I have to name, which I have to label. Ako na'y magnanin dyan, yung ba, I will call you chinilin. Oh, ba? So, using EVA, you have your own contribution of your work. Okay, now, we have here general steps to the exploratory factor analysis. Step 1, selecting and measuring a set of variables in a given domain. Okay. Pamutaan na, sir, asa man po mangita, asa man po mamili, asa man po mangaykay, ni anang set of variables. Okay, there are 3 possible sources of this set of variables. Kung saan ang set of variables? Mauna na ang atong items, ha? Ang atong paansiran sa mga atong identified na respondents. One possible source is the literature. Okay? So one possible source of this set of variables are the literature. Kung ipasabot, mamasa-masa ta, kung panangulik o kung sa mga possible statements na atong i-appeal sa atong variable. Second possible source are the existing questionnaires. Diba, may mga nga, pwede ba ang questionnaire na-develop ni Zahara, how isumpay sa questionnaire na develop ni Ma'am Erlinda, how ba dyan isumpay dyan sa na-develop ni Saibel? 3-in-1 questionnaire. Pwede mo na siya himuon, but you have to undergo the process of exploratory factor analysis. Imo na sa ilang tanan. As long as hindi nga tulong nga set of questionnaires are working on the same domain. Like for example, you want to measure commitment, degree of commitment. Domain nimo is commitment. Kung ang questionnaire ni Zahara is commitment, kung ang questionnaire ni Saibel is satisfaction, hindi pwede nimo itampo. Dapat ang questionnaire po ni Saibel, commitment. Ang Ma'am Erlinda po, commitment. Silang tulo ka set of questionnaires, ang mga items na ito nga imong i-appeal are under single domain about commitment. Hindi pwede kayo. Ang kami yung kay engagement. Ang kang Sir Joseph kay commitment. Ang kang Samuel kay satisfaction. Sininig na ang result. Diba? So, under single domain. Okay. Then, the second source. Ang third source is, ikaw maoy mo, develop. Kanang yun namin, muhangad sa langit, sa yuta. Muhangad sa langit. If you cannot make, you can make a combination. Pwede ka mo sa literature, saksakan mo sa existing instrument, saksakan po sa imong kaugalingon na hinimo. Combination of the 3 procedure can make up one set of variables in a given domain. Okay? Dahil sa ito, kay mong sa psychometrics. So, that's step number 1. Kinahanglan na atay tawag o set of variables. Okay? Next. Step number 2. So, is-assume nga naalam mo yung mga question na o set of statements ka na mo. Step number 2. Data screening in order to prepare the correlation matrix. Ang awning mo karon, nanakay set of questionnaire, yung naghihatag na ito sa mga buotan ng mga tao. Buotan, kaya mo bang ang kakuti ko ito, buotan. So, na-retrieve na mo ang inyong instrument. Now, you will have to do data screening. We call it data filtering. Kaya nga naman, posible man, ako sa tanaw ni mo, imong i-diagnose ang imong data, kaya basin ba kung naa di high primero, wa maanseri na item. For example, ang imong gihatag na variable 50 ka buok, ang i-answeran 20 ra. Kaya posible man na ikapoy na umanswer ang respondent. Kung sa disadvantage kung taas ang imong item. Pero na, hindi na ito so answer. 20 ra i-answeran. Sa imong target na 300 respondents, 50 ka buok ang 50 ka respondents ang i-answeran na 20. Right? Kawa mo ka ako 50. Hindi mo ka pwede mo diretso o analyze, kaya hanang kuwang. Diba? So, decide na kung sa mali, ako pa ning i-amputate, or I will have to use averaging, or I will have to use regression. Nala ko na sa daylain nga pamaagi, para atong mga blanco dito ng mga answers, unfilled items, kinahanglan na ay answer. Unay purpose nga nung atong i-filter, atong i-screen, atong i-diagnose ang atong data. Kaya hindi ka pwede nga mo diretso lang mo analyze nga daghang lang kung at nga items wag nang ma-answer. It will really affect the relational matrix of the variables. Okay, so we have to make sure nga sakto, kompleto ang data nga atong nakuha. Posible po na nga ay error in typing, di ba? Ang atong response is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sa akin mga ito dito kay 666. Baka magdagsi item nga duha ka 6. Posible nga sa imong pag-encode sa imong keyboard. Imbis kay 3 ra na 33. Imbis kay 2 ra na 22. Or imbis kay 2, ang sunod 1 na 21. Okay, so you have to check those entries sa inyong data. We call it data screening para dili maapektuhan ang relationship between variables and factors. Importante na butang. So, kung naman ang problema na kabutang, nanas dahil mga statistical na pamaagi para matambalan. Kung di matambalan, nag-iingon nga you go back to the field. Means replace the number of your respondents. Okay. By the way, kung sir, pila man kabuok ang akong kuhaon na sample kung factor analysis ko. There is no rule of the thumb why hard rule ani na question. Pero ang basic na tubag sa mga libro is 1:10. 1 variable, 10 respondents. So if you have 50 items times 10, that's 500 respondents. Okay. Na-latest karon nga libro nga palit. Kung mag-EFA kuno ka, you should need a minimum of 300 respondents for every 20 items. So kung 20, 300. Kung 40, 600. Kung 60, 900. So ang paan. But generally, the bigger the number of sample, the better. Now, how are you going to, what measure are we going to use that we have sampling adequacy? The KMO, the case Mayer measure. If your KMO value, naman ang size is later, if your KMO value is more than 0.5, then your analysis reaches to sampling adequacy. Yun ba? Sir, 300 na sumit ako kung sa akong variables 30, sakto na bakahani. Di ba kung makatubag na kung sakto na ba na